Hello, welcome to a new vlog. Couldn't remember what it was called. It's Friday, it's the end of the week, but it's a full working day for me, so fantastic. I didn't end up working, well, I worked a little bit Wednesday, but I was so tired that I just ended up napping, and I felt I was like in a really productive mood at the beginning of the day, and I was like, yes, because I was going to travel to my friends to get my new tattoo on the Thursday, so I was like, well, if I'm travelling on the Wednesday afternoon, I could really spend Wednesday morning, when I would usually have a work day anyway, cracking on and getting some stuff done. And I had full intentions to, had my breakfast and just crashed. I don't know what happened. I don't know whether it was because I had an overload of coffee. I know I hadn't slept very well the night before, and I was pretty tired still from Sunday when I did my 13k run. I'm still like recovering from that. It's taken a bit out of me, so yeah, I don't know what happened, and then I didn't end up doing any work apart from packaging some orders Wednesday, and getting a little bit done on my to-do list and just sorting out a few Patreon bits and stuff like that. So yeah, and then yesterday I travelled to see my friend and to get my new tattoo, which is here. I'll show you properly in a minute. It's Pokemon, and I absolutely freaking love it. I love it so much. It's so good. So yeah, today I have sat down. I've just sorted out a few well, that's bright, Jesus, a few money bits. So I've just gone through PayPal and gone through Patreon, transferred some money, paid my bills and everything, because it's the beginning of the month. All of the stuff comes out of my account on the 1st of every month, and I don't actually pay myself until like the 2nd or 3rd. Usually I pay myself on the 3rd of the month, because that's when Patreon has collected like all of the monies, because that's my lump sum every month. I usually withdraw everything from Patreon on the 3rd of the month, and then pay everything, or like save everything, so then I can transfer everything that I get paid on the 3rd into my savings, and then when it comes around to the beginning of the month, like the next month, then I transfer it back into my current account, so then I can pay all of my bills. So I've just done that this morning, just transferred everything out of Patreon, transferred everything to my savings account that I need to in order to pay. Also like put some into my business savings accounts for like tax purposes and stuff, because I've got a bunch of tax to pay at the end of January, so that's going to be super fun. So yeah, I've done that. Yeah, Patreon is my one lump payout every month, and then because Patreon takes all the payments on the 1st of every month, whereas my website, it's better for customers, because as soon as you sign up, so if you sign up like on the 16th of the month, you get charged every 16th of the month, instead of paying on the 16th and then having to be charged on the 1st, so you only get like half a month's worth of stuff or whatever. That's what Patreon does. But my website, you can sign up on the 16th and then get charged on the 16th of every month. So sorry, I just yawned and now my eyes are like watering all over the place. So my website payments are a bit sporadic through the month. I get pretty much some income every single day, but it's not a lot of income every single day, so it's not like the lump sum that I would get from Patreon, but it sort of trickles throughout the month, and that filters through into PayPal, and then towards the end of the month I transfer whatever I need to pay any extra bills or anything out into my account again. I know you probably didn't ask to know what I do with my money, but I just wanted to tell you guys exactly how like my payments work. So my lump sum of payment every single month is Patreon, and I love that, because then I know the amount that I'm going to get, and that amount actually covers my mortgage, my bills, council tax, everything that I need to live basically is what Patreon covers. And then all of my website payments, shop sales, Etsy sales, original sales and all of that kind of stuff, that all goes into savings and then reinvested into business. So the Patreon income is for me to live and then the rest of it is invested back into business and, you know, if I want to pay myself extra, I pay myself a little bit extra out of website and all of that stuff. So yeah, that's how my income works. So I've just been making sure I get all of that done this morning. I didn't actually pay my mortgage on the 1st, so I've just had to pay that straight away out of saving. I didn't transfer it soon enough to pay it on the 1st, so I've just had to pay that now. So yeah, what to do today? So I need to create a to-do list because I don't know what to do otherwise, and then I get swamped and then I end up doing nothing. I've printed out a load of, there's some Etsy orders here, some shop orders, because I've had a few shop orders since releasing last week's vlog. Thank you, by the way, to those of you that have filtered through to my shop and bought a calendar. Thank you so much. So I've got a couple of calendars and everything to package up, but I'm going to do that later this evening because it's not like a pressing task. I won't be going to the post box today because the weather is absolutely atrocious. I just want to sit in here, do a little bit of admin. I'm going to answer a few emails and get I'm doing a live stream next Friday for YouTube, and it's going to be a free one, so I need to sort out the line art, the reference and everything for that, and get that sort of scheduled and advertised. So I need to sort that out first thing this morning. And then I think, because it's raining, I'm not going to do any recording because the rain sounds on a recording when I try and do anything is often really loud. So I'm not going to try and attempt any recording whilst it's raining at the moment. Plus it's a bit chilly in here, so I've got my heater on. But I have drawn out or cut all of those. If you watched last week's vlog, you'd have known that I was like cutting out a load of bits of paper to do my fur series, to start that book and that library of videos and everything. So I have cut all of the pieces of paper and I have drawn circles on each of them, if it's going to focus. There we go. So I've drawn circles on each of them, so I've got loads of these different squares, not different but the same type of paper with squares and circles on them. They're all ready for the types of fur, so what I'm going to do is just put a little label on top of each of them so that I know which ones I've got to do and which ones I haven't done, as well as tick them off in my to-do list that I have created for myself as well. I think I'm going to try and record this woolly fur one today, and maybe a one that's going to be a little bit quicker. So I'm going to try and get 2 fur tutorials filmed today or this afternoon. Hopefully it stops raining so I can actually get some recording done. It's currently only 10 o'clock, so we've got plenty of time. Yeah, so I need to start getting those fur tutorials out and done. But what I also need to do today and try and get finished, just gonna have to find my pile of works in progress in here. Okay, so I've got a couple of works in progress. So I've got this cat commission I need to finish. Need to get that done, so we need to work on that. I also started a live draw along session with my Club Puffin members on Patreon and my website, where we were drawing a leopard. So I've drawn this much of the leopard. I need to get a few parts of that done, but I think the fur is going to be more important because then I can upload that to the $5 tier on Patreon and get that reward tier fulfilled straight away. So the leopard is going to be probably something I'm going to do next week, bits of here and there. Might even try and get some done tomorrow because I've got a little bit of time tomorrow to do some stuff. I've also outlined a bear for October's tutorial release, so it's quite a large one, but the texture of the bear is actually fairly easy. And we'll be using some textures from the fur library, so I want to get those textures in the fur library uploaded before I do that bear. So those are the tutorials that I plan to do this month. So we've got the leopard, which will be the $14 tier, and then the bear, which will be available to the $10 tier, and then some fur and bits added to the library for the $10 and the $5 tier and the $14. So basically all of the tiers if you're going on by Patreon. Yeah, and I did outline this long-tailed tit, which I asked on my Instagram page a few weeks ago now what you wanted to see, and people voted for long-tailed tit, and I haven't got around to doing that yet. But what I need to really get done whilst it's raining and until it stops raining is this cap. So I'm going to work a little bit on this, try and get it done as soon as possible, so then that's out the way and then I can package it off and then it's done and gone. I also need to upload my calendar to Etsy and a few originals onto my website as well. So that's the plan of what we're going to do today. I'm pretty sure that this is just going to be, I keep saying I'm going to film a day in the life, so I think this is going to be the day in the life, because I'm going to just charge my camera battery for a little minute because it's already looking like it's going to die. And this will just be next week's vlog, just Friday, because we've got lots to do, got lots to catch up on, and I missed you guys. So I'm going to show you my tattoo and then we're going to get to work. Okay, so the lighting is really, really poor, so let's go here. So obviously this is upside down, but this is my left arm, and I've just got Evolution. So I've got Evie there. The colours aren't coming out very well, but it's like a turquoisey, tealy blue watercolour background on her. And then the next one we have Espeon. So we went with like complementing, contrasting colours for the watercolour in the background. Oh dear, mouse is taking over there. And then we have Flareon as well with a nice blue to complement her orange. So that is the new tattoo. There's more to be added like further up the arm, so it's going like all the way up towards the armpit. It's going all the way up to like the armpit area. I'm really pleased with it. It looks so good, although it is really, really sore. It wasn't sore to begin with. Like it's one of my favourite parts. That's why I like to get tattooed here, because it feels really nice and it's not too painful, and I like that. But this one in particular, where it was colour, we obviously did the outline and then worked in the colour, but where you have to like shade the colour and then you're going back into already worked on pretty much like grazes, it does get a little bit painful the more you kind of work over, and then adding in the highlights on Evie on the bottom here, because she was done first and this was like a 6-hour sitting. She had a lot of time to kind of sit and heal, and then when we came back to do the highlights, oh my god, that was so tender, especially these tiny little feet. These bits here were so sore. So yeah, but I'm pleased with it. Can't wait to get the other 4 added at the end of the year, or potentially next year, we'll see. Let's get to do some work.
There's a lot of colors, I don't know where to go. See a lot of colors, only feeling blue. There's a lot of colors, lost within a haze. Don't rely on others to get you through the maze. The dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take this anymore. There are a lot of voices drowning in the sea. There's too many voices talking back at me. There are a lot of choices waiting to be made. Too many choices making me afraid. Dreams are not the same for me. Standing by the shore while you're on the open sea, cannot take.
Good afternoon. afternoon. It's currently 10 to 3. It's been very productive. I've got a lot done and I'm really pleased with what I've managed to do. So I managed to finish this cat commission, and oh boy was I getting fed up with this. I managed to finish this little cutie. So that's all done, so I don't have to panic or worry about that anymore. So good. So what else I've done today is sorted out some reference photos for the next 4 fur tutorials that I'm going to do. I've also written on the top, so that didn't take me very long, but that cat commission actually took me from when I first started recording today, so about 10 was it, until about 50 minutes ago, so about just gone 1 I finished that. So it took a good couple of hours. I had lunch in between then as well. Just kind of took my time on it because it was just, it took me forever to really get into it, and I was just listening to some music and just being like, you just need to get on with this and get it done. So that's now done. I've been waiting for it to stop raining because I can't record whilst it's raining. I currently have a bit of a lull. Sorry about that noise, that was my phone on the desk. Have a bit of a lull in the rain at the moment, so I have gathered together some reference photos that I'm going to use for some fur. So let me just show you those. Oh my god, they're absolutely tiny. I'm sorry. So I wanted to go with my own reference photos. You can't even see that one. Or that one. Oh my, what is going on? Okay, right. There we go. So I wanted to use my own reference photos because if I'm going to compile all of this into like a book, I don't really want to use any reference photos that might potentially get me into some sort of trouble. So what I've done is trawled through my own library of reference photos that I've taken from crafts and from various other dog events over the last couple of years and everything. I've photographed quite a variety of different dogs, and I think I've got everything that I'm going to need to complete this. Or at least these 4. So I've got Stripes, which was from one of my own tiger references. Short Fur, which is from a greyhound, really short fur on a face. Fawn Fur, which is actually from a Pomeranian, and Woolly Fur, which is from a llama. I was going to say an alpaca. I don't know whether it was an alpaca or a llama, but basically, yeah. Went to a farm, photographed a llama, so I've got the fur from that. So I need to go through the other tutorials that I have made, and I don't know whether to like redo them or whether to just find similar references from my own library that I can use to accompany. They might not be exactly the same, which is where I'm going to run into a bit of a problem with ones that I've already done. So we'll see. I might not even have to include the references in the actual book form. It might just be explaining the steps, but I'm just going to take the precaution of using some reference photos of my own anyway. Yeah, so that's what I've been doing those, making the little reference photo snippets. I've also just published a YouTube video. It went live automatically at 2:30, so I've just been waiting for some of the comments to come in, and I've been replying to comments on that video. It is the how to draw oily effect feathers, which is what I used the lapwing for. So that's been live. I'm just waiting for stuff to roll in and just answering comments, just to try and like boost the initial interactions so that I get more views basically. So I've recorded a bit of the cat drawing for you to see, so you should have seen that. Don't really have anything else to show you in the regards of like what I've been doing today. So I will just show you this this new background that I found for my Mac. So I was just doing a little bit of a search on Google for some anime type backgrounds, so I found this one and I am in love with it. How beautiful is that? I love that so much. And then I changed this side. It was like nice and bright and colourful, but I wanted some darker vibes, a bit more of like a winter kind of vibe. because we're venturing into like autumn and winter, so I just wanted to go for those kind of vibes rather than like the really hot colours that I had on the things, that just reminds me of summer. So yeah, I changed my background as well. So I'm now going to record one of these furs. I think I'm going to go with the fawn fur, mainly because that one's going to be the quickest, because it doesn't require a lot of colours and it also won't require any technique explaining. It's just going to be the colour layering process, and those ones, the coloured ones, are always easier to film because it's just the colour layering process and not the actual technique behind layering. Those are in other videos for the fur series. So I'm going to work on this quickly before it starts raining. I might even get another one done. I might decide to do the golden fur as well, because that will be another quick one. But yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit of progress on creating this tutorial as well. Or short, you can pair this particular colour with the long or short fur tutorial. And as you can see, this type of fawn fur has quite a warm toned glow. Now if you wanted a slightly cooler toned or a bit more of a grey toned fawn fur, what you can actually do is substitute the ivory for a warm grey one or a cold grey one. So alternating the base is going to give you a little bit of a different application.